What is good, YouTube? Your boy Third Eye Prince back with another video, man. Hey, I told y'all, bro, we consistent gang in the building. Hey, so if you would like to now, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all can tell by the title. Hey, let's get into it.
Heaven's Gate. Founded by Bonnie Nettles and Marshall Applewhite, who identified as the two witnesses of revelation from Christianity, the Heaven's Gate cult
The boy
believed that
said,
followers could transform themselves into immortal extraterrestrial beings by rejecting their human nature, and they would ascend to heaven, referred to as the next level or the evolutionary level above human. They believed that the Earth was about to enter a doomsday event, and that the only way to survive was to leave their human bodies and ascend to a higher level of existence. They thought this could be achieved by boarding a spaceship they believed was trailing the Hale-Bopp comet, which appeared in 1997. When the comet arrived,
why not just follow Hinduism, bro? That's pretty much what he's trying to say, right? Or it's pretty much like what is his purpose, bro? Like,
their website
bro, taking different theories from different religions,
was
it seems
updated
like.
with this message, and shortly after, the 39 members were found dead as they committed mass unalivement in a ritual, believing that their deaths would
I
allow
heard
their
about this
souls to
before.
board the spaceship. People's Temple. Founded by Jim Jones in Indianapolis, this cult combined elements of communism, racial equality, and Christianity, even though he criticized the Bible and traditional Christianity itself. This made them garner a mass following, but with
Parents of children who play Roblox. If your child was sexually
Oh my
exploited,
God.
abused, or pressured to share explicit content,
With time, the cult started becoming more hateful towards its defectors and the media that started to investigate it, harassing them. To get away from their scrutiny, the People's Temple went to Guyana and founded a settlement known as Jonestown, which reached a population of 900 people in 1978. It's around this time that U.S. Representative Leo Ryan, who was investigating claims of abuse within the temple, visited Jonestown. During his visit, a number of temple members expressed a desire to leave with him, and on November 18th, some accompanied Ryan to the local airstrip at Port Kaituma. There, they were intercepted by temple security guards, who opened fire on the group, killing Ryan, 3 journalists, and one of the defectors, as well as injuring 9
Wow.
others. That evening in Jonestown, Jones ordered his
So basically, once you join the cult, you can't leave, bro? Or you just this cult, bro? Cause that shit is crazy. I would have had to pull out my own
congregation
liquor.
to drink a
I'm just
concoction of
playing though.
cyanide-laced, grape-flavored Flavor Aid. In all, 908
What the fuck is Flavor Aid, bro? I know Kool-Aid. I know Gatorade. I know Powerade. The fuck is Flavor
13
Aid?
people died, including 276 children. Some members resisted and were
It
injected
is
with fatal
1954
doses of
too, though. So
cyanide, and Jim Jones himself likely died from self-inflicted gun wounds. Aum Shinrikyo. This one was founded by Shoko Asahara, a Japanese man who claimed to be Christ, and that his mission was to take upon himself the sins of the world. He said that he could transfer spiritual power to his followers and ultimately take away their sins and bad deeds, and he predicted that a nuclear apocalypse instigated by the United States would have happened soon, where everyone would have died, except his followers. It's also said that Asahara interpreted the Tibetan Buddhist concept of pawa in order to claim that by killing someone contrary to his group's aims, they were preventing them from accumulating bad karma and thus saving them. This gave them a reason to believe that they were doing them a favor by killing them, which is why in 1995 they carried out an attack on the Tokyo subway system using sarin gas, where 13 people lost their lives and over 1,000 people were injured. They had done other bioterrorism attacks before, but this time Asahara had been made aware of a police raid scheduled for March 22nd and had planned the Tokyo subway attack in order to hinder police investigations into the cult and perhaps spark the apocalypse they believed in.
no.
13 of the senior Aum management, including Asahara himself, were sentenced to death and later executed in 2018, while many others were given prison sentences up to life. MRTC. The Movement for the Restoration of the Ten Commandments of God was founded by Credonia Murinda and Joseph Kibwetir in southwestern Uganda, with both claiming that they had seen the Virgin Mary. This cult put an obsessive focus on the Ten Commandments, going as far as discouraging talking for fear of breaking the Ninth Commandment, fasting, and forbidding sexual relationships. Movement leaders declared that the apocalypse would occur on December 31st, 1999, and when that didn't happen, the movement started to fall apart, with many
Hey, one thing I can say about all these cults, bro, they believe it'll be an apocalypse or a doomsday type shit. I don't know. That's just what I didn't
members
notice.
allegedly requesting their money back. Another date was chosen by leaders for the
Maybe they
apocalypse
just
to occur,
tweakers, bro.
with March 17, 2000 being announced, and the movement held a huge party at Kanungu. When the members entered the building to join the party, the doors and windows were covered with wood to prevent them from leaving, and there was an explosion, making the building go on fire and killing all 530 people in attendance. Several days before, movement leader Dominic Katari Babo had been seen buying 50 liters of sulfuric acid, which may have started the fire. There were also many poisoned people, and the death toll amounted to 924. The whereabouts of the 5 principal cult leaders are unknown, all having presumably escaped. Church of the Lamb of God. It was founded by Ervil LeBaron, who was one of the most notorious figures in the history of Mormon fundamentalism due to his violent and authoritarian leadership style. He believed in the doctrine of blood atonement, which required that a sinner must have their blood shed in order for them to have a place in heaven. For this reason, he ordered the murders of multiple people, including his own brother Joel,
bro.
who led a rival polygamist group. While he was incarcerated for a short period of time, he released pamphlets and books, insisting that he was the Mormon one mighty and strong, and that, as God's representative on earth, he could decide who should die for their sins. When his other brother Verlin took Joel's place in the rival organization, he wanted to execute him too, and since he feared for his life, he went into hiding. In an effort to flush him out, on December 26, 1974, Ervil's underage wife and her brothers raided Los Molinos, throwing firebombs at houses and shooting residents. This led to the death of 2 young men and the injuries of 13 others. Ervil was arrested again, but re-released because of a lack of evidence. During the following years, multiple people tried to expose him, and they all got killed, including his pregnant teenage daughter, Rebecca. When the plan of killing Verlin was reinstated, they decided to kill Rulon Alred first, the leader of one of the largest polygamist sects, in order to then kill Verlin when he attended his funeral. They aborted their mission when they realized that police were stationed all around the funeral area to protect the mourners. He finally got caught and imprisoned by U.S. authorities, and he continued to write testaments for his followers from his jail in Utah. One of these, the Book of New Covenants, contained a list of 50 people that Ervil marked for blood atonement, and a list of who should succeed Ervil as leader of the cult. After Ervil's death in 1981, his cult splintered into multiple factions, which were run by several.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Several of Ervil's teenage sons. They had a bloody battle, each claiming to be Ervil's true successor, the Manson family. Led by the famous criminal Charles Manson, the group lived an unconventional lifestyle, frequently using psychoactive drugs like LSD. Most of the members, which were approximately 100 at their peak, were young women from middle-class backgrounds, many of whom were attracted by hippie culture and Manson himself. According to group member Susan Atkins, the members of the family became convinced that Manson was a manifestation of Jesus Christ and believed in his prophecies concerning an imminent apocalyptic race war called the Helter Skelter. In August 1969, Manson ordered his followers to carry out a series of brutal murders. Over the course of 2 nights, they killed 7 people, including actress Sharon Tate. These murders were intended to incite the racial war Manson had predicted. Manson was sentenced to life in prison, where he remained until his death in 2017. NXIVM. Founded by Keith Raniere in New York, it was initially a self-development group, but it evolved into a cult with a secret society within it called DOS, where multiple abuse cases happened. Raniere convinced the members that his semen had supernatural abilities to heal women. The only way for them to minimize the abuse.
Cap, bro. That shit's so cap, bro. Come on. That nigga trying to make me an excuse. You know why, bro. That nigga trying to make me an excuse to get some cat, man.
Was to recruit more women so the burden could pass on to them in what looked like a pyramidal scheme. In order to force them to keep the secret, they had to provide nude photographs and false confessions for blackmail when entering the cult, and they were branded with the initials of Raniere and Mac, the leaders of it. In 2019, Raniere was convicted of various crimes, leading to 120 years of imprisonment. Penza Recluses.
Damn.
Also known as the Heavenly Jerusalem cult, it was founded by Pyotr Kuznetsov, who convinced his followers that the end of the world was imminent and that they were the chosen ones who would be saved. The group's members were encouraged to withdraw from society, rejecting modern conveniences like barcodes, social security, and other national identification numbers and passports, as they are said to feature satanic imagery and other symbols, such as the Eye of Providence and the number of the beast. In November 2007, between 29 and 35 members of the group holed themselves up in a cave, threatening to explode if authorities or others tried to intervene. Kuznetsov had told them to hide themselves away, to pray and await the end of the world, which he predicted would take place in May 2008, even though he wasn't there himself and was placed under police arrest. Between March 28th and 31st, 21 members came out after having health problems, and after melting snow caused part of the cave's interior to collapse. On April 3, 2008, Kuznetsov was taken to a hospital, where officials said that he may have attempted unalivement after realizing his prediction had been wrong. Finally, on May 16th, the last 9 members came out of the cave due to toxic fumes produced by decaying corpses. 2 fellow cult members had passed during their stay in the cave. Order of the Solar Temple. The Solar Temple claimed to be based upon the ideals of the Knights Templar, and, led by Joseph de Mambro and Luc Jouret, it was created in Switzerland. As an esoteric movement, the teachings of the Solar Temple were only given to those advanced enough in the organization, who were the most likely to die, with those left surviving being the lower ranking, who had less access to the ideas of the group. This has caused difficulties in...
Wait. So the higher ranking members are the most likely to die?
investigating their beliefs by scholars. What we do know, though, is that the star Sirius was a focal point, as they believed it to be the home of the Ascended Masters. They thought that these Ascended Masters arrived on Earth and inhabited Agartha, an underground spiritual realm popular in esoteric thought, and that the Masters were effectively souls with the ability to manifest in physical form, even though both the Masters and human beings were perceived as souls who were merely temporarily occupying their bodies before reincarnation. They also believed that advanced members could, at will, decorporealize. In one of their rituals, high-ranking members could witness the Masters manifest in the underground chambers of the group, in what were actually holographic shows. At some point, however, a mix of investigations and discovery of lies from its members led to most of them leaving, with only the core members remaining. Given the scale of the issues facing the group leaders, it was decided they would transit to Sirius by getting rid of their physical bodies. To prepare for the transit, specific missions were given to the most faithful members, such as eliminating the traitors and helping those who refused to leave their physical bodies to transit.
Where they playing real life Among Us, bro.
This meant killing them. Mass unalivement rituals started, and an estimated 74 people lost their lives. The Ant Hill Kids. It was founded by Roch Thériault in Canada, who convinced a group of people to leave their jobs and homes to join him in a religious movement, a commune where they could listen to his motivational speeches, live in unity and equality, and be free of sin. In actuality, the group faced cruel acts of abuse, which I cannot even say without this video getting banned. He prohibited the group from remaining in contact with their families, and fearing the end of the world, he claimed that God had warned him that it would come in February 1979. In 1978, in preparation, Thériault moved his commune by hiking to a mountainside he called Eternal Mountain, claiming that they could all be saved. There, Thériault made the commune build their town while he relaxed, comparing them to ants working in an anthill and naming the group the Anthill Kids. When the apocalypse did not occur, he defended himself by saying that time on Earth and in God's world were not parallel, and that therefore it was a miscalculation. To expand the community as well as keep the members devoted, Thériault married and impregnated all of the women in the commune, fathering over 20 children with 9 female members of the group. When the members had medical problems, he would perform amateur surgeries, which even led to the demise of a woman. After one of his members escaped and contacted authorities, Thériault was arrested in 1989 and spent the rest of his life in jail, until he died at 63 years old when he got assaulted by his cellmate with a shiv. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea for the next one, join my Discord.
Hey man, that is it for this video. If you did like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Oh, and hit that notification bell too. Until next time, Third Eye Prince, we out, man.
Wow. I know who Third Eye Prince is now.